I'm just going to go off of this, man, because this is some good stuff here. All right, welcome back to the Green Logbook, and I hope that your 2025 is starting out with a bang and going as great as mine is. I just flew in from the East Coast, and man, are my legs tired. No, really did. I flew back from the East Coast, and it was great to be surrounded by family and friends, folks who love you. Just be surrounded by that. It is so amazing, right? But I also want to talk about something that we all love, and that is the VA and the GI Bill, right? So specifically, let me transition into this part here. Bam! How do you like that, huh? How do you like that? So the VA expands access to GI Bill benefits for veterans who served multiple periods of service. Okay, so this is something that I touched on back in April of 2024, back when there was an Army captain, last name was Rudisil. He was attempting to use his GI Bill and his post 9/11 benefits because he came in around the time where he had to switch over from the GI Bill to the post 9/11. When he opted to use that, the VA pushed back on it, saying, "Hey, it's one or the other. You get 36 months." And he said, "Hey, what happened to the extra 12 months? Right? I served during both periods." Well, they pushed back. He got an attorney. They got involved. They brought it up to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court ruled on that around April 2024. And it was all up in the air. They gave their opinion saying that, yeah, veterans should get this. Now, the VA has published this. This is as of January 3rd, 2025. So just recently. And I'm just going to go off of this, man, because this is some good stuff here. Okay. So it says the Department of Veteran Affairs have announced that following the 2024 Supreme Court decision, that's the Rudisil decision I was talking about, it has updated the process for awarding GI Bill benefits. This change means that every veteran who served multiple periods of military service, for example, veterans who reenlisted, will be eligible for up to an additional 12 months of educational benefits. Under the previous policy, eligible veterans who served at least 2 periods of service were limited to a maximum total of 36 months of GI Bill benefits between the Montgomery GI Bill and the post 9/11 GI Bill. Under the updated policy, that limitation is removed, meaning that eligible veterans can now qualify for up to 48 months of total GI Bill benefits. This policy change also means that many veterans who were previously limited to 36 months will now be eligible for additional education benefits. And it goes on to talk about specifically veterans who served at least 2 qualifying periods of service, one that qualified you for the Montgomery GI Bill, and the second that qualified these veterans for the post 9/11 GI Bill may be eligible to receive up to 12 months of additional benefits, GI Bill benefits, bringing them to a total of 48 months. So a total of 4 years, basically, of GI Bill benefits. This could impact as many as 1.04 million veterans and beneficiaries, and VA is launching a targeted outreach campaign to make sure that every veteran gets additional benefits they deserve. All right. So I got an email on this, and that's how I found out about it. My co-host from the Military Retirement Podcast, he also sent me an email. So it looks like they are doing the reaching out for these veterans. But man, it's an actual thing now. So if you couple this 48 months of GI Bill benefits along with the VR&E, which there's a potential to use that for school, for like your bachelor's or master's degree, you could essentially use the VR&E for like 4 years, get 1 degree, say your bachelor's, and use this GI Bill benefit, this new one, for another 4 years, totaling a total of 8 years of school potentially. So this is pretty freaking amazing. So I'd urge anybody out there who is looking to get into school, especially using the post 9/11 GI Bill that gives you the BAH rate. Hey, go on the VA, look up the VA, the updated GI Bill benefits, and start using that immediately. Immediately. Don't lose out on that money. It is a huge amount, especially if you've earned it, especially if you've served between the time where you had to change over from the GI Bill to, from the Montgomery GI Bill to the post 9/11 GI Bill. I did get a question from someone on Facebook, and let me see if I can pull this up here really quick. I'm sorry, it was on YouTube about this specific thing, the new GI Bill update. And his question was, in boot camp, I chose to invest the $100 a month for the year in the Montgomery GI Bill. And shortly after I got out, I began using the 9/11 GI Bill. Am I eligible to utilize the extra 12 months if I invested into it? Well, it doesn't really touch on it for this update, right? So, but what I will say is, being that this person is a veteran, this person has used or was going from the Montgomery GI Bill and served during that time, even if it's boot camp, it's service time, all the way to through the post 9/11 GI Bill, they should be able to use it. However, if you're in that same situation, I would urge you to reach out to the VA directly and find out, being that you have this time of service between the Montgomery GI Bill and the post 9/11 GI Bill. I don't have a specific answer because I strictly go off the references. I don't want to go off the cuff here and just speculate something, but it sounds to me like this person may rate that. So definitely, if you are in that same boat, reach out to the VA and get those benefits that you've earned.